For the latest on COVID-19, more and more employers are requiring workers to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Well, what if you refuse and get fired? Does that mean no unemployment benefits? It's a big question as more vaccine mandates come out. Allie Peters joins us from the newsroom with more on this. Allie, you talked with an attorney about this topic. What did they have to say?
Adam, not only do employers have the legal right to mandate that employees be vaccinated at work, but in majority of states, they can also fire you if you don't comply. And that means you most likely wouldn't get unemployment benefits. From hospitals to schools to airlines, more companies across the nation and locally are requiring employees to be vaccinated. And experts say they have the right to do so.
An employer has the right to set reasonable safety guidelines. For example, a restaurant, requiring employees to wash their hands. Not only is it required by law, but, they can have that rule.
But what if you don't want the vaccine and your employer is requiring it? If you say no, it could be considered insubordination or misconduct for failing to comply with a reasonable directive from your employer. And yes, you could be fired and lose unemployment benefits.
If it's a situation where someone has a medical condition, religious objection that cannot be accommodated, and they end up losing their job because of that, that might be a different situation.
But even as more companies nationwide join the growing list of businesses requiring employees to be vaccinated, here locally, other than hospitals, that's not necessarily the case.
Still finding that most employers still want to be able to, should we say, sit on the fence, encourage employees to get vaccinated, do all they can for that, but they don't want to yet. Most of them don't want to take that extra step and mandate it for fear of losing people.
But that could soon change, especially with the FDA giving its full stamp of approval of the Pfizer vaccine just this week.
With final approval now, I think employers are going to find that they have more cover, and more justification for mandating the vaccine.
While there may be exemptions to vaccine mandates for those with religious or medical reasons, experts say these aren't automatic exemptions. They are based on the circumstance. But it would be something employers have to consider and analyze. Live in the studio, Allie Peters, News 8.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now, for employees who work in a unionized setting, experts say there's what they call a mandatory subject of bargaining, meaning the employer has to sit down and bargain with the union before implementing a vaccine mandate.